businesses. And right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/news. That's ZipRecruiter.com/news. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/news.
Your residential mortgage licensee 3124. Founded Lennox Financial 1994. Started warning Americans in my own special way.
You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to refinance. It's a racket and a ripoff.
In 2000, knew what to do about it.
Are you kidding me? The days of ripping off old ladies are over. We're doing for free what these predators have been charging thousands of dollars to do for years.
I fight for what's right.
I've saved the consumers over $150 million in closing costs. We're making plenty of cash. We don't have to stick it to you for the closing cost.
I wish I would have run this one more.
You harm a kid, somewhere down the line, this life or the next, somebody's going to work on you with a blowtorch and a drill.
Warned them in 2006.
Look out the window. The storm's coming. Get out of these arms before they bury you.
I told you this on CNN.
Property values in all sectors may fall as much as 30% over the next 3 years.
17 years, 40-something billion in mortgages, and I haven't steered you wrong yet. If you're buying a house or refinancing, stick to the grid and you're going to be safe. Call the grid at 1-800-580-8500. That's the grid at 1-800-580-8500.
When someone calls your business, what happens? If you had a phone number from Grasshopper, they'd hear your professional main greeting, and extensions would forward to your mobile phone, so you never miss a call. With Grasshopper, you can even have a multi-city presence. Get phone numbers in LA, New York, Miami, anywhere. Join over 100,000 businesses who've sounded more professional with Grasshopper. Find your perfect phone number at grasshopper.com. Grasshopper, the entrepreneur's phone system.
Button on things before we go. The Russians have a proposal. The Syrians go along with it. In the last few minutes, the Syrians admit, yep, just like you said, we have chemical weapons. Yes, we'll join a convention that says we won't ever use them, and yes, we'll give them to you. But, of course, America has to agree not to use force. Secretary of State John Kerry's off to Geneva, Switzerland to meet with Sergei Lavrov, his counterpart from Russia. The Russians are going to help us make peace now. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you tonight for the Fox Report, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Until then, have a great day.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and you are looking at the United Nations, where a very big powwow was just KO'd, and no one really seems to know why. Just at an emergency UN Security Council meeting on Syria that was supposed to start this very hour, well, it's not happening at all, apparently because the country requesting it is now withdrawing the request. That country, Russia, the same country whose President Vladimir Putin seemed to offer a way out of this mess by getting serious chemical weapons out of President Bashar Assad's hands. Putin wants to take the stockpile and have an international group monitor it. That's good for Syria. It's good for Putin. Yeah, it's even good for the President of the United States, who's still pitching for a strike in a speech to the nation tonight, even as it seems he's delaying a vote in Congress and happy with a delay in that vote on a strike, and sending his Secretary of State John Kerry off to Geneva on Thursday to meet with Russia's foreign minister to sort all of this out. Confused enough? KT McFarland on whether this latest UN news means either Russia got cold feet, Syria got cold feet, we got cold feet, or everybody got cold feet, or everyone's being lied to. KT, frankly, my head's spinning. What do you think's going on?
My head's spinning too, and I think everybody got a little cold feet. Here's what the United States has to keep in mind. Any kind of a strike against Syria is not going over well with the American people. And so Obama's looking for an out. Putin just threw him a lifeline yesterday. It looked for a while like Obama wasn't going to say yes, but he did say yes. So now where are we? The devil, Neil, is in the details. I mean, my old boss Reagan quoted the Russian proverb to Gorbachev during the arms control agreements of the 1980s, and he said, trust but verify. Any kind of a deal the United States reaches, or even contemplates reaching, has to have a verification process written into it. There are over 1,000 tons of chemical weapons in Syria. They're probably in over 50 different places, some of which are in the middle of a war zone. Notion that they're going to be UN weapons inspectors. I mean, these are scholars, these are academics, these are think tank people. They're not soldiers. They're not going to be able to go shoot their way in and look for chemical weapon sites. So the one missing equation of all of this is how are you going to verify it? I don't think anybody verifies without somebody's boots going on the ground.
All right. In the meantime, then, we have a Russian president who only days ago said there were no chemical weapons in Syria, offering to stockpile them and watch them under international auspices. A Syria now that seems to be saying, yeah, you caught us. We do have weapons and we'll hand them over to this international body to protect it. I think everyone's lying.
Oh, I think you're probably right, and that's why trust that verify is so important. I think the interesting twist in the last couple of hours that's happened is now it appears that the Russian proposal would require the United States somehow to forego the use of force. That is a sovereign right of the United States to be able to use force when it feels its national security interests are threatened. And no American president could or should, in anticipation of this agreement, which we might eventually reach and hopefully verify, we are going to forego the use of force. It is against the sovereign interests of the United States, and it's probably pretty stupid policy, because without the threat